Hi everyone, this is Bonnie from stepintobrilliance.com, and today I want to share with you my 3 absolute best tips to shore up your self-esteem. A lot of people are really confused about what good self-esteem really is and how you get it. I hear a lot of people saying, well, once I get the perfect body, or, once I reach this success or I complete that goal, then I'll feel better about who I am. And that is not how it works. That may give you a little bit of a high or a little bit of a boost, but it's really temporary. Real self-esteem, a really good self-esteem, what it comes from is when you can say, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, and I love all of it. It's all me. Right? It's embracing, I think someone once called it your beautiful mess. And when you can embrace your beautiful mess, all your faults, all your wonderfulness, and, be okay with it, that is what good self-esteem is, and that is how you get it. So today, I'm going to give you 3 great tips to start working on shoring up your self-esteem so that you can emerge into the world and shine your light bigger and more beautiful than ever before. So my first tip is actually a little bit of homework. Sorry. A little bit of homework for you. But it's not hard, but you're probably going to want to spend some time really thinking about it. And all you need to do is get a piece of paper, regular old lined paper will do, printer paper, back of something, it doesn't matter. And you're going to draw a line right down the middle. And on one side, you're going to write strengths, and on one side, you're going to write weaknesses. And I want you to find 10 of each. And that may seem like, 10's not too bad. But, bear with me here. As you go along, you might find you're struggling a little bit near the end. And there's 2 things you can do for that. One is think about what people have said to you in the past. So, for the strengths, you might think, I love our long talk last night. You're such a great listener. Or, weaknesses, I wish you wouldn't, is a great phrase to listen for. So, it doesn't matter, big or small. They don't have to be, things that change the world, but list at least 10 of each. Okay? And I want you to realize that these are who you are, and you need to embrace both sides. Most often, and I find this in my coaching practice and just in, real life, people are really good and focused on what their strengths are, or they're really, really good at telling me how they suck, right? And what they suck about. And, well, first of all, you don't suck, right? These are just things that are not your strengths. But they are part of who you are. And yes, you can work on them. Absolutely, you can work on them. But today, right here, right now, we need to embrace who we are. So do that exercise. Let me know how that goes for you. Okay? The second tip I have is about dreaming big. If you followed me for any time, you know I'm a really big fan of dreaming big and bigger, right? And having what I call the big vision for your life. The key, though, I want to talk about in terms of self-esteem is we have that big vision, right? And we break it down into goals, things that we're going to do next, what's next to get to that big vision. And what's really important is to set yourself up for success and be realistic about some of those goals and wishes. I often hear, like a client of mine recently said, I wish my boss wouldn't be such a jerk, right? He wouldn't be so critical of me all the time. Well, realistically, he's probably not going to change. It's just not going to happen. So what you need to do instead is find ways to shore up your self-esteem to balance that out. So, you need to be realistic. Your self-esteem should not be dependent on your boss being critical or not critical of you, because that isn't something that you can necessarily change. So just to keep realism in those goals and wishes and wants, and when there isn't something you can do about it, you need to find something to balance it out. Does that make sense? Great. And so my third real quick tip is probably the toughest and best tip you're going to find out of these 3. And it's to stop comparing yourself. And I I've just forgotten who said it, but somebody along the line said something like, comparison is the thief of joy. And it's so true for multiple reasons, right? Usually we're comparing our inner life and all our stress and fuss and weaknesses and you know, well, I didn't make that goal or I'm not there yet, to someone else's highlight reel, right? What they share with the world usually is the best. We don't often see the behind the scenes. And that's not a fair comparison, right? And it doesn't help you because, in fact, the truth of it is the only person that you need to even worry about along your life path is you. So if you must compare yourself to who you were, right? The whole goal of your life is to grow and be better than you were yesterday. And if that is happening even in the tiniest little, smallest way, you're winning, right? So don't compare yourself to other people. It's not fair. It's not fair to you, and it's not really fair to them either. And so there you have it, my top 3. Do your self-esteem inventory, set realistic expectations, and stop the comparison, okay? I know it sounds really easy, right? Yeah, just stop those 3 things and do that. It's good, right? It's not. I get it. Doing just those 3 things will make a big difference in your life. And there's a ton of other different things that you can do to shore up your self-esteem. And I know I kind of make it sound easy on paper, and it's not. It takes time and effort and trial and error sometimes, and lots of patience on your part. These things don't change overnight. If you need support, and we all do at some point, call me. Let's set up what I call a getting acquainted call, which is where I can help you figure out what it is you need, where you need to go, and if coaching with me would actually fit for you in terms of support. And you can do that by going to my website, stepintobrilliance.com, and there's lots of juicy stuff on there. You might want to look at blog posts and videos and all sorts of things. Or you can just email me directly at info@bonniecoplingcoaching.com, and we can set up a time to talk. So I hope those 3 tips helped you. Let me know in the comments which one you're going to try out today and work on. And I will talk to you next time. Meanwhile, have an awesome day. Bye-bye.